Okay, looks like we're up. Hey, Stealthflower, you made it. I don't think I'm gonna go too late tonight. It is already quite late, but I just want to be done with Wicked Wicked, man. I want to be done with it. So, last night I went back and... even then, it wasn't simple. I went back and played through all the start of this quest with the mod, opened all the holo doors, feeling really good about myself. I've got a guide that takes me room by room to get all these caprice and secrets and hollows to open doors. Even though I didn't need the hollows, I wanted all of them anyway to be thorough. And oh man, writing my performance review is probably the least favorite moment of my year. It's so bad. I hate that admin stuff. And then I get to basically this door. Behind this door is the man. And I'm short. I'm short a caprice coin. Somehow, impossibly, I'm short a caprice coin on last night's playthrough. It turns out I missed one in that little vestibule garden area before you start the quest. I somehow still managed, even with a guide, to come short on a caprice coin. And at this point, I was like, forget it. I'm not gonna not have all the caprice coins, so I played it again. Started completely over. So I have now played this quest 3 times, and parts of it I have played 6 times. So I've got my numbers. I know that I have everything in the Winter Palace. The Halla, for whatever reason, aren't showing up here. I think because I have them all. But I'm 11 out of 11 Halla. I've got 29 out of 30 secrets. I've got 14 out of 15 caprice. They're both behind this door. I also have a couple of videos from last night's playthrough. Stuff I didn't know happened and changed if you had the Solas romance locked in first. So let's see. Can I do this? Yes. Alright, so hopefully this will play.
I hope you're enjoying yourself.
A little flirt. Care to dance?
Do you have any interest in dancing?
A great deal. Although dancing with an elven apostate would win you few favors with the court. Perhaps once our business here is done.
There you go. Look at that. He does want to dance with you. How cute. I also have this going through the door that Varric is hidden behind, which, in retrospect, so I talked last time I did this quest about how crazy it is to me that they have locked both critical items for quest outcomes and loot crates equally behind this Halla collectible door puzzle. I still hold that that is bonkers. It is also, in retrospect, extra bonkers that they put a full companion that you want to bring along behind a Halla door. Presumably I have brought this companion along with me because I enjoy hanging out with them and I want to see their quest reactive dialogue. But making me use up a limited collectible to talk to them is crazy. Why would you do this? BioWare? 10 years ago, I would like an explanation. So here's me going through Varric's Halla door for the first time. Or Legion Banner. And I realized I did try to go down to this lower garden the first time I played by jumping over the railing because I could see that there was something down there.
Lord Varric, when shall we
But there he
expect the
is.
next volume of Hardened Hightower?
He does exist. I thought he would answer the question, but he didn't.
Having fun, boss? I always
Better than
enjoy
Colin's held no response.
canapes while surrounded by
He
people
would say
who
that,
kill
Colin.
me.
What's happening? Anything I should know about?
Well, to be honest, I haven't seen much, but you wouldn't expect anything to happen out in the open. Everyone is on edge, and it's not just that they're worried about the war.
Having fun, Varric?
My brother used to throw galas like this in Kirkwall.
This I did not know, or did not
always tried
remember.
to avoid them. I'm not much of a dancer.
That
these
Bartrand
days.
through parties.
I didn't realize you were famous.
Hawk probably went to some of
you
those.
have plenty of admirers.
I didn't know my book sold
Oh,
so well in
I guess that's
Orlais.
not true.
I'm going to have a chat with my publisher.
Because
We
poor
can chat later.
mercenary
Just
refugee
wait for the
Hawk would not have
signal.
gone to that party.
Just give the word. We're ready to move.
And she cannot be rich without Barton's betrayal. So maybe she didn't. Go figure. Hey, Zabadi. No, but look, he does
What's on
exist.
your mind?
I was trying to get that
We can
embryo.
chat later.
And there's a Caprice coin on this bench. This is from the run where I didn't realize I had missed the Caprice coin before starting any of it. So this was run 2. Before I backed up a 3rd time. I was struggling to understand that it was on the bench. There it is. At this point, my count should be 4. I'll realize that in about 2 hours.
Do you have Inquisitor?
What a pleasant surprise.
Perhaps you could tell me about the Council of Heralds. What is its purpose?
Of course, my lady. The Council of
I will
Heralds
say
exists
that my
to
3rd
oversee
run
the
through of all of
inhabitants
this
and creation of
went
new
quite quickly.
titles of nobility.
From start to finish, I got through in about 35 minutes. It turns out when you know exactly where everything is, and you know exactly the dialogue options you want, and you don't listen to anyone do anything or enjoy the ambiance of the scene, pretty quick clicker.
I overheard you talking. I take it you're fans of Varric's books?
Who is not a fan of Lord Varric's
An
work?
excellent question. I couldn't argue
His
with any of that.
serials are terribly popular across the Empire.
We are so pleased you brought him with you this evening, Inquisitor.
You haven't seen anything unusual tonight, have you?
Nothing could be more peculiar than Gaspard and Selene dancing together.
Now that you mention it, the royal wing is sealed, and no one knows why.
Oops.
A great pity. The garden in that part of the palace is exquisite.
Another time,
Oh,
perhaps.
that was sorry. That's in the recording. I was like, I didn't think I had Discord open. Both of those are in the recording that I was making here.
But if I take the
Sorry.
fox across with a second ring... No.
My bad. I forgot. I think this is the only 2. I also love this.
Figure
Did
it.
make me laugh.
You'll figure it out.
That this man just makes comical references to BioWare logic puzzles in their games. The first time I ran through, he was like, "Okay, there's 3 pillars, and the first one has like 5 rings, and the bottom ring is the biggest, and the goal is to get all 5 rings onto the second pillar." And I was like, "I love the Towers of Hanoi puzzles." And there's another theater play item. Elves have done well in Orlay's theaters, apparently.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
there's 3 stacks of silver ring.
I think that's so funny. I hope there's a Towers of Hanoi puzzle in in Belgard. I'll play it. I'll play it and be happy about it. And the last little clip of relevance that I didn't know was going to change is that when you're about to dance with Florianne, if the romance is locked in, which again turns out that matters, you can say that I'm seeing someone.
I'm already taken, Your Grace.
Your lover has nothing to fear. This is business, not pleasure.
Oh, a little public acknowledgement. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's go through this door. New content in this quest that I've now played 3.5 times.
Must be something here. Let's look around.
Alright, 30 out of 30. Blackmail secrets. Oh, what's on the bed? Trauma. Trauma's on the bed.
What happened?
It's not what it looks like.
It.
Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looked like.
That's so
Empress
funny.
led me to believe I would be rewarded.
Did I get
for
those
betraying
levels
the
before the
plan
recording ended? I don't think so.
was not what I hoped for.
I don't think I did. And I think they may still need a level.
You're telling me that Empress Celene left you naked and trussed like a roast
It's so
duck?
sad.
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled
She
me
left the helmet
into
on.
giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before
This man is
it
truly
ever
naked.
began.
footboard is doing a lot of work.
She'll have him arrested for treason.
I don't know which is worse. Celene for using such a tactic, or him for falling for it.
Leave him to whatever fate is funny. I need you to testify, or be willing to.
I'll protect you from Gaspard if you're willing to testify about Celine's trap.
I'll do anything. Anything.
Alright. And then, somewhere.
Well, that was Orlesian.
Varric. That's really funny. Ah, here it is! 15 out of 15 Caprice coins! Now, I have on my little notepad document off to the left, in multiple places, gigantic caps, turn in coins and secrets before opening rift door. So I gotta go turn these in.
Are we going to sneak around to look through the...
Varric, you say that every time. We've gone back and forth so many times now. This was worth my time.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
But otherwise, I have double-checked that all world states are available correctly, that the options that I have are the options that I should have. So this, hopefully, is going to be the end of it. 1, 2. Come on, toss. Pink. Alright, last coin. 200 influence for that, baby!
Too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Not just Caprice, or not just coins in a fountain, but special Caprice coins in a fountain. Ooh. Not where I need to be going. Here's where I need to be going. Lavellan, I have 30 secrets for you. And some of those eavesdrop circles were really stubborn, and I had to circle back around a bunch.
When my third husband,
Mistress Nightingale.
Look at Lady Cambian's slippers.
Alright,
And those buckles.
Shoes. Yes, shoes tell you a lot about people.
These
Vulgar.
are all useful questions. For some...
Alright, I have information.
Throne he has wanted. I found this out. I'm not sure of its value. Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use.
Alright.
I should go. Be on your guard. I always am.
Social leverage. Quest completed.
Maximilian swept me of my...
I was up way too late doing this last night, again because I was so upset that I had accidentally forgotten that first Caprice coin. So I was complaining to Silk and Betty, and they were on Discord, and they were making proper fun of me. But the... Go to the Royal Wing. Okay. But the image of the Inquisitor stumbling around this ball, wild-eyed, clutching a fistful of research papers and half-torn letters and a sack full of wishing well coins. The idea that Orlais is like, yeah, what a winner. That's the one we need. They write like 10 ballads about it. Is really funny to me. That's the one I want. Okay, and I can close this. Spectacular. All right.
What happened here?
All right. Once again, the shocking reveal that Florianne is
Inquisitor,
the traitor.
what a pleasure. I
Which
wasn't
blew my
certain
mind.
you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I'm a challenge to read because at all times I have only a bare, superficial understanding of what's happening. Come on.
I had a feeling you were mixed up in all this.
Oh, I'll say I have so stealth. I have so many
could
saves.
almost be our Legion. If you were just a little
but I
quicker.
can save again here.
It was kind of
I have like
to walk into
3
my trap
backup
so
saves right
willingly.
before that.
I was so tired of your meddling.
That bedroom door because I
Corypheus
was so afraid
insisted
of getting
that
locked
the
out of this
Empress
room.
die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Why kill the Empress? What does Corypheus want to achieve?
Alright, I'm gonna skip through this.
We will cast down your useless.
I also have a
I
save
admit,
just
I will
prior to
when he has
the final
ascended to
door
God,
so that I can
I
turn
will
Florianne
rule
into a box
all
and then judge
Thanos
the
in
box.
his name.
You won't get away with this, Florianne.
But I already have.
Hee hee. Blah blah blah. Alright, and in this exceedingly overleveled fight. In one of the attempts, I actually was having a little bit of trouble. This was taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Not, I wasn't in danger of dying, but it felt like I was taking forever to kill people. And I realized I'd forgotten to equip my staff, so I was just using the little basic staff they give you. And it does like 20 damage. Should have seen if I could get a twofer. Inquisition punching the rip closed. That's exactly right. I am the chosen of Andraste. Turns out all the legends about Andraste possibly being a mage wrong. She punched her problems until they were solved. Andraste was so hardcore, she didn't let herself burn to death. She punched the fire until it got her.
Demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
You're safe.
No
I'm
more.
gonna skip through this fellow.
Gaspard was a... And all that garbage
Down
she...
to Ferelden. Whole thing I said the
So he
first
hired
time.
me and my men.
Come work for me. Look, there, Andraste was an elf. I do too. Nope, I can see their arrows on their faces. I didn't level them. I didn't do it. I just didn't do it. Alright, I still get lost in this sequence because I've only played it twice instead of 3 times. Okay, so gotta get her. And then, that door's closed behind me. That door no longer exists. That door's locked. Alright, to the right is the end of... Oh, yes. I was looking again at this iconography, and I still think it's really beautifully done. The art design in this game is super strong. I love the theme of the stained glass throughout. And there are also some little reliquaries that were scattered around earlier. These little guys. I think are just really beautifully crafted. Love it. There was so much care crafting the religious iconography of the game. Just do the same thing with the script. Okay. Oop. How did I miss you? I didn't miss you. Alright, there's also several completely unnecessary rooms down here. God, that was a huge flash of light. Okay, this door is the one that takes me up. Just having all the Blackwell change her opinion on her final choice. I was thinking about that actually last night, as I was lying in bed at way too late an hour trying to decide. The short answer is I don't think it does, and in retrospect, I think she feels very guilty about that. I was looking at the options for Gaspard's final outcome, and some of the options you can blame him for are stuff he's probably innocent of. I think he's genuinely an innocent man. This evidence that you have on him is so circumstantial. And like one of the items is blame Gaspard killed an emissary. But we know that the emissary was killed by Florianne. It wasn't Gaspard. She all but admits it in the documentation where you confront her. I still think that the arguments against them ruling as 3 co-equal rulers, I just don't think that that's politically going to stand long term. I think that still ends with someone else murdered. And while I think that's probably still the best outcome in terms of innocent people not dying and the the capital goodest outcome being that, I don't think that in the moment Adala would pick it. And I think that is something that she also has to learn to live with, which is that I think her personal feelings got in the way of what she was trying to achieve. Everything happened so fast. I mean, theoretically, this ball, it only takes a couple of hours. And I think she would have done better if she could have had more time to kind of sit back, logically reason everything through, solicit advice from her friends, from her advisors, from the companions, and see what they thought with everything in play. And not having that, she had to make the call she thought was right, but I think in retrospect later she will feel that it is the wrong call. Inquisition soldiers dragging the war table onto the balcony is so funny an image. Orlais has a heart attack at this ancient Skyhold artifact, destroying the aesthetic of their ball. Not that her being covered in blood doesn't also do that.
There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
It's okay. I have time to change clothes, Cullen. So, no
We owe
worries.
the court one more show, Your Grace.
Inquisitor.
So I'm going to play through this once here with the decisions that I think she's going to make, and then feel very bad about. And then I'm going to reload here and I'm going to make Florianne a box.
To speak with you, Inquisitor. I seem to recall you saying, all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike.
A model railway fanatic's obsession with getting their own war tables.
When your archers failed,
She's got 100 court approval.
I feared you wouldn't save me this last dance.
That's so funny.
It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary.
Of course, yes.
It was
Look at
an
this new
ambitious
fashion
plan.
that she's
Gaspard,
setting.
The entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
The most detailed,
This
beautiful
is very
maps.
entertaining, but
The
you
most
do not
realistic
imagine anyone believes your
knives and
wild
daggers
stories.
from map markers.
I did not wish to, but it seems I have no choice.
Gaspard, you cannot believe this. You know I would never... Gaspard?
I think there is also something very tragically appealing to me in Adala trying her hand at the game and costing someone his life. I think that is something that
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out.
I don't want to say she's getting cocky, but I think she needs a failure, and this is it. Sorry, Gaspard, for the cost of your life.
Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private, elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
I also
You are
feel
the
like
spy
it's
master. If anyone knew this atrocity
you
was
know,
coming, it was
it's the outcome of the decisions I played the first time. It doesn't have a ton of bearing on the long-term outcome.
Of Florianne's plans, but you knew it all, and
I'm okay living with it.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing.
Enough. We will not bicker
Her
while
posture
Tevinter
is
plots
so
against our
odd
nation.
in this scene.
For the safety
Stand
of
up
the
straight,
Empire,
Celine.
I will have answers.
I also, mechanically speaking, all of you are at fault trying to force the three leaders to a truce. I do think that's true, but correct me if I'm wrong, the only thing Celine did is basically sexually blackmail a man into revealing information about Gaspard. About his troops' movements. That does not seem on par to me with... Well, she did murder a bunch of elves in the alien industry. You're not wrong about that. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I originally did.
I wouldn't have caught Florianne in time without Briala's help. You were working together.
Of course.
Yeah, so he murdered an emissary. I'm pretty sure Florianne did this. So, I will do mercenary captain.
Thanks to Briala, Gaspard's mercenary captain will testify that he hired men to infiltrate the palace.
Hired thugs? I didn't expect you to stoop so low, cousin.
Don't be naive, Celine. The only difference between a mercenary and a common soldier...
The end result of her hating Orlais does not change. Hating that she was ever put in this situation.
There were also
hey,
the
Moose.
threats Gaspard
Oh, you don't remember doing this?
Heralds to
Oh,
bully
this
them
is my
into
5th
giving him
time
the
or
crown.
6th time doing this time around.
Is a bully.
This quest is impossible. I don't enjoy it.
He also ordered his general to sneak troops into the Winter Palace. Briala found all of this out for your sake, Celine.
In light of overwhelming evidence, we have no choice but to declare you an enemy of the Empire. You are hereby sentenced to death.
I will
I think Ambassador Briala
choose to
reward
headcanon
for uncovering all this.
that she sends some agents of Leliana and breaks this man out. I also, like, the first time I played this through...
Thank you, Inquisitor. For all
I was so overwhelmed with
I owe you my
everything
life,
that happened.
and Orlais owes you.
I don't think I realized that the information that I was accusing him of did not directly confirm his attempt at a coup, and that some of the stuff I could accuse him of was what Florianne had done, and not him. So I'm gonna lean into that with her and say that, like, this original outcome, she did not realize the likelihood that Gaspard is actually probably innocent of what she has allowed him to be suspected of. And therefore she sends the Inquisition agents to break him out of prison before he's executed. Either way, she's having a bad time.
I hope your gratitude translates into soldiers and arms.
She's pretty sure she's
Have
made a
no
major
fear.
mistake.
You will have everything I can spare from relief and reconstruction efforts. Come, stand with us, Inquisitor. We must give the good news.
I'm not sure
to
she
the
knows what it is
nobility.
yet, but she knows something went wrong here.
Lords and ladies of the court, this is a night for celebration. Those who sought to poison our empire with treason have been
For a
brought
second
to
I thought Briala wasn't here, and I was about to lose my mind, and then I realized she was hidden by Celine's
Orlais.
wings.
We shall build a world in which all men and women live in harmony.
Sure.
Let the cornerstone of change be laid. I introduce the newest member of our court.
Excuse me.
Marquise Briala of the Dales.
This is not just a victory in Halamshiral, or within the Empire, or even for elves alone. This is a triumph for everyone.
And me personally,
Over
it doesn't matter how
fields, elves
good
and
Briala is at the game.
Together defeated the Imperium.
If she ends up on the throne or directly behind the throne in any capacity, I think
we
she is dead meat.
Than our ancestors ever
And then what good
dreamed.
is she going to be to the Daily
Together,
Shelves?
we
None.
will start by saving our world from the enemy who took the divine and tore the sky apart.
Or I guess not Daily Shelves, but just elves in general.
It will take all of us to defeat the enemy threatening our world.
We are already tracking these Tevinter agents. Soon they'll have no place to hide.
But that is tomorrow. Tonight, we celebrate our newfound fellowship. Let the festivities commence!
This sucks. And then Morrigan shows up. She's all condescending in her big skirt.
Drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations?
No, the game doesn't confirm it. I think the only difference between the end state here, whether you have Gaspard or Celene ruling alone, or Briala ruling as a shadow behind Gaspard, you still get like one additional war table quest, and then your tiny reward slightly differs. Her skirt has to be that big, it has so many secrets to hide. Her son is probably just under there. He's just hanging out. He wanted to come to the party, and she was like, okay, you can hang out, but if anyone's around, you have to hide under my huge skirt. I needed some air.
There's plenty of opportunity for that later. I wanted some air.
I had no wish to interrupt your breathing, only
Rude.
to bring news.
I've had a bad night, Morrigan.
By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celene wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine.
I assume if Celene is not ruler at this point, Morrigan just comes to you out of, like, refugee status. Like, she's just got to get out of Orlais as fast as possible.
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Celene knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat
Hey,
such
Silk,
magic.
how long have I been in the Winter Palace?
Corypheus is a threat to Orlais.
I've aged a
and
decade.
To myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
I'm also thinking, Silk, in case you missed it, I decided to go ahead and stick with my original chosen outcome here, which is Celene ruling and Briala made a Marchioness or whatever she is. I still kind of hold that my original feelings about the three of them ruling together are not going to... It's not sustainable in the long run. It's just going to lead to further divisiveness. There's still going to be squabbling and infighting, and people are still going to end up super, super dead. On replays, however, I did pick up, as the player, I'm pretty sure Gaspard is innocent of most things that you accuse him of. Or at least he's done them, but not in a way that was actively intended to murder Celene tonight. That Florianne was deliberately framing him for a lot of that stuff. So, I don't usually headcanon a lot of stuff explicitly outside of the game, but I'm going to headcanon that, Adala is leaving this feeling terrible. She knows she's made a bad decision. Coup, but not an assassination. I think you're correct, Savati. She knows she's made a bad decision. She's pretty sure she's accused a man of stuff that he did not do and let him be condemned to death when she could have spoken up. She's worried about the position she's put Briala in. She's worried about the position she's put Celene in. And she's going to send some of Leliana's Inquisition agents to get Gaspard at least out of prison before he's executed. But right now, she has not made that decision yet. She's just very confused and unhappy.
What skills do you have that would benefit
sucks.
us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
I also have been thinking about where this is landing in Adala's canon, which is that it's happening immediately after clearing the Exalted Plains, because the Exalted Plains is an entire map dedicated to the Civil War. And she has just spent who knows how long traipsing all over the Exalted Plains, delivering a bunch of letters from dead knights, and rescuing Celene's soldiers from a haunted keep, and Gaspard's soldiers are throwing themselves to their deaths all over those trenches. So I think, to her, the idea in this moment of forcing Celene and Gaspard to work together in any meaningful way, the hooves are also under her skirt, is inconceivable. She's just witnessed how easily they've both been willing to throw away their men's lives in the course of the Civil War, and forcing them to try to work together on the throne solely out of blackmail and force. I don't think that she thinks that that's gonna last a month.
When you say knowledge beyond the realm of most mages, do you mean blood magic?
I know many obscure, forgotten,
Stand
and
up straight, Morrigan.
Arts. Some of it you might
What are you doing?
consider blood magic, yes. Should thought of that frighten you, allow me to offer reassurance. Knowledge alone does no harm. What I possess I place at your disposal to make use of or ignore as you desire.
Sure. Get in here.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response.
I'm feeling so gracious right now.
At Skyhold.
Please, God, let this have worked. This is the one thing I didn't play through. Thank God! Even if he's in this dumb hat.
I'm not surprised to find you out here.
It's broken! It's going through his nose! Is this always the case, that this silly hat goes through his nose? That's so sad. Why the hat, except someone made it and was like, we must use this hat. It's in process of eating his head. It's always like that. The hat is just so bad. That does make me sad. It's a designed hat. It just clips through his whole face. Oh, man. Well, it makes her smile. I think she would tell him. I think she would tell him that she's upset about Gaspard. Oh, I do have helmets off, 100%. Funny lore thing about the hat, if you look at the one you can get in inventory. A special cutscene hat. These ding-dongs. Okay. I kind of want to play through all of these later, but we'll stick with this one.
I never meant for the Grand Duke to die.
He wagered his life for the crown and lost. He knew what to expect. Remember what happened. Do not dwell on it. You cannot save people from themselves.
Oh my goodness, he's
Come,
like touching her back.
Before the band stops playing, dance with me.
This does make me very happy.
I'd love to.
Oh, that is really cute. Only if you take off the hat. Gosh, I'm a little sad at the lack of polish in that. Mostly it's worth it. I think that was the conversation she needed after all of this.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well
But the
aware
hat
of
going
that,
through his nose and those broken angles
We
in
will
that,
need them to
that
return
one
to
shot.
Valwayo
Come
as
on.
soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations, Maker's mercy.
I really liked
That's
that
quite
he
impossible at the moment.
had his hand on her back,
However,
though.
I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor, please, may I have a word with you?
Just when you've solved one crisis, another springs up to take its place.
I am sorry to place this burden on your shoulders.
I doubt that
but you
very
are the
much.
only one who can help. With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single
Garrus and
question.
Shepard,
The next divine.
a 3-minute motion capture
Cannot
tango.
answer it without the left
Solas,
and
or
right hands of
romance
divine
interest in the
destiny of the
Inquisitor.
I
4
have
seconds
already
of a
told you,
3-step
dear
waltz.
mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow
No.
as no candidate
They are my
from the
friends,
clergy has been
and you
able
can't have them. All their Devon animation time on the hat! No, it's only coming out one side of his nose. Yeah, man, that's the vision.
Liliana and Cassandra are candidates to become the Divine. How is that possible?
Not yet, but they could be. We need them to be.
Young divines.
Other times when clerics remained deadlocked, a successor was chosen from outside the clergy. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
How long does the Chantry need them?
Forever.
Several months, at least.
No.
If one of them is crowned divine, she would not
It
be
does not matter
returned to
who's
the
crowned divine if the world ends first.
Liliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother.
Yeah, I had a bad time. I'm still kind of stinging about it. We had to break a man out of jail.
Don't let them detract from your victory at Halamshiral. Now that the political situation
Kingmaker,
has
exactly.
stabilized, we can devote more Inquisition resources to pursuing Corypheus. I would talk to Hawk. Soon.
Yes, ma'am. Alright. I'm going to make a save here. We did it! Now I'm gonna go back and make Florianne a box. Because I want to, and I think it would be funny. I also want to play through a couple more options in that little Solas scene. If I squint my eyes, maybe I won't see it clipping through his whole nose. Yeah, you can romance Cassandra and then she becomes divine.
Where has that servant gone?
What is Lady Pentecost wearing? Alright. Talk with Florianne. Ancient elves didn't have noses.
Inquisitor.
That's correct. It's like they tried to lean into the huge noses for the elves of Dragon Age 2 and just cranked all the sliders up, but forgot to bend the helmets to accommodate.
Gaspar.
I will execute her myself. Oh, got
At least this
quite a
time
bit of
justice
disapproval
will be
there,
swift.
including from Solas. Oh, got her.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Yeah.
should speak in private.
I super murdered this lady right in front of you.
Your sister attempted regicide in front.
The murder knife!
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
I'm gonna play through the 3 leaders to a truce here. I don't remember what this looks like. But I'm gonna play through it and see
Every one of you
what
is
it says.
implicated. You all conspired to allow this to happen.
You've made me murder
That's
a man,
bold
woman.
claim, Inquisitor. Are you prepared to defend it?
You allowed the Grand Duke to sneak soldiers in. hoping he'd make a politically foolish move.
That's duplicitous.
I don't know if that's enough to dethrone someone.
You took the bait. I met your mercenary captain, Your Grace. He says you were ready to attack tonight.
Clever move. If you were trying to get hanged for treason.
And Briala was playing both of you. She murdered your ambassadors and sent you each forged letters.
Even if I did, you can't touch me.
No one will defend you once it's revealed that you and Celene were lovers when she burned Halamshiral's alienage.
You've made your point. What do you want?
I don't think any of those is strong enough arguments to dethrone Celene. Just in the eyes of the Orlesian nobility. Like, I feel like I don't know. I don't think any of those offenses are strong enough to seriously damage any of their reputations. Especially Celine's, in a way that is going to force them to work together.
You are three of the best minds in the Empire. You could do so much for Orlais and your people if you stopped fighting.
It is remarkably optimistic to believe that the three of us could ever forget our differences, Inquisitor.
Oh, God, and even that's such a sour little ending.
I cannot believe you want to make a speech. This is foolish.
We have no choice. The nobility requires an answer for what happened.
Unless
why does she have a... I don't know. There are so many places where I want to tell people to stand up straight in this game.
No more dithering. We make the cut swift and clean. Kindest to all of us.
Celene has some kind of scoliosis. I wouldn't be surprised. They put her in too many big winged contraptions as a child.
Lords and ladies of the court, we are pleased to announce that an accord has been
she's got
reached.
a permanent backbend.
Our cousin Gaspard will now hold a place of honor in our cabinet.
Friends, we assembled are the leaders of the Empire. We must set the example for all Thedas. We cannot be at war with each other, while the Fade itself challenges our borders.
We must stand united, or surely we will fall alone.
Oh, Briala doesn't even get to speak.
There will be no second chance for us. We cannot afford to be divided.
We will bury our dead, tend our wounded, and ready ourselves for the next charge, as all true Orlesians must.
This makes me feel for the soldiers who gave their lives believing in Gaspard's mission. And then this Dalish elf comes in with one little moment of blackmail.
Regardless.
And then they're like, JK, go home. We're pro Celene now.
Knowledge. Knowledge alone doesn't...
Alright. Let's see. I also am not back in formal wear. I'm back in... I've got my staff on my back.
I'm not surprised to find you out here. Thoughts?
I have a feeling this is only a temporary victory.
There's much, much more trouble ahead.
Thanks.
For now, focus on what's in front of you.
I still like that
Come,
touch in the back.
Before the band stops playing, dance with me.
Let me see what this says. Just keep me company.
I wouldn't mind some company, unless you'd rather rush back to the ballroom.
I can sacrifice the pleasure of the Elysian Ball.
Oh my gosh, it's so busted! Ah! That's crazy to me. Why are these cutscenes so unpolished? That could have been super cute. Flipping like the hat. Arm right through the chest. You're so right. Ah! Where's the polish?
Urgent, Lady
How did that
Josephine.
not get fixed?
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Valroy. That... Please. But surely with the support of the Empire.
The answer's no. I don't know what you want, but right now the answer's no. From launch, sadly. That's really crushing.
Now this is a hall worthy of the Inquisition.
I didn't even notice. Let me judge this box. I got a perk.
First, this wasn't my idea.
Oh, no.
It's an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halamshiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by...
This is very
Duchess
funny.
Florianne. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So
These
they asked
lingering cuts back to the box are hilarious. She's dead.
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her
Oh my
crimes
gosh.
negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Oh my goodness, this is so funny. My decision is to ignore this? Oh, community service!
I call for rehabilitation. The skull shall do public theatre about the evils of evil.
Oh my goodness.
I also judge the box. End table for orphans.
That's quite enough.
Oh, funny.
Point taken.
Duchess in a box! Tour 941 operation available. Let me see what that operation is. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. And the thing is also, like, the content of the Solas cutscene is not a bad idea. I do love the idea that, like, he puts his arm around her and they just kind of stick around and he provides that kind of comfort instead if that's what she needs. But the cutscene being so broken just takes the entire steam out of it for me. Tepid at best. I don't care. This isn't the real world. Back. Let me just see what this... box.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
Thanks,
I'm
Liliana.
not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Duchess in a Box, Tour 941. Several of Grand Duchess Florianne's peers are maneuvering to claim her place at court, or at least to try and cannibalize the largest portion of it. Their natures may be such that they will not see her fate as a cautionary tale. They may see how high she rose and assume that they will be ever so much smarter when the time comes to face their own inquisitors. They should be reminded of the dangers. If they're waking to find a box traitor on their bed tables will set each straight. This is very horse head in a bed. Everyone. I can see it now. The fashion is pine. Put her head on a pike. Oh, that's so funny. The Astarian grave rabbit where you ask him to stay. Completely agreed. He's a little... The tone of his response there is very, kind of on his back foot and a little, like, offset and or off his balance by your response. And I wish there had been, like, one or two more lines or a small animation where, you just make that kind of contact instead of him just kind of sitting back and be like, oh, I guess that's fine too. Like, this is the capstone romance conversation? Come on. No, his arm didn't stick through tab. I have been so spoiled with those BG3 animations. They're just so pretty. And so human. Alright, I'm done with Wicked Wicked. It's finished. Finally, after all that. I've got 2 maps to unlock. Maybe 3. God, that's a relief. Alright, let me sit in judgment of actual Lady Florianne. This looks great! Scaffolding being gone. There's a bunch of ships on the wall for some reason. Either they're ships or big shoes.
Stone mad, Inquisitor.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up.
Fine.
Do better, right? Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
Best of the vein. Alright. A living woman this time.
I do not believe a reminder is necessary for this accused. Her capture and disgrace could not have been more public. Grand Duchess Florianne de Chalon, although her titles are among the dignities already at risk of forfeiture. You spared her life despite her treachery. What becomes of it?
He gets to
now
keep
falls
the
to
mask.
Empress Celene left her fate to me? Interesting.
Despite her posture, Lady Florianne has acknowledged your authority.
Should I curse you on behalf of the Elder One? I realize he had no intention of honoring the Concord.
Oh, so I don't feel bad about what I did. I just do realize that I made a bad deal.
I respect your mastery of the game, even as I despise your victory.
Hey.
Celene does not know her fortune.
I think she's pretty sure that she did not master the game.
She remains a creature of formality and opportunity. We have use for both. Grand Duchess, Josephine will see that your wiles profit the Inquisition. Don't disappoint.
An odd gesture I just made.
Oh, one must remember that the game is never truly over, your worship.
Everyone from the peanut gallery has an opinion. Box. Put her in a box. What's in the box? I'm having kind of flashes of how do we make sure she stays in line, and Liliana just sending her different masks and a note saying that like one of them is poisoned. Which one? This loading screen is taking a hot minute here. I have no control. The game has as much to process from all that as all it does. Speaking truth. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something has broken here. Fast travel? I can't access any buttons. Oh! Good God! Inquisition, please. Please! I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think I want to... Yeah. I want to do some more map exploration. So I've got some new stuff in the Storm Coast. Let me actually do this, investigating the Darkspawn operation that's been on the table forever. So I've had a couple of things pop in the Storm Coast, and I think maybe one more thing in the Emerald Graves. Alright, let me see what I actually want to do with this perk. Increased inventory space might be good. Let's see. Yeah, let's do Master Focus. Okay, back. Okay. Disaster in the Deep Roads. The Inquisition has received an urgent request for aid from Orzammar. A subterranean earthquake has collapsed one of their lyrium mines and endangered several others. Even worse, tunnel seals preventing Darkspawn from overrunning the Dwarven-occupied Deep Roads have crumbled, allowing hordes of the enemy to invade. Orzammar is a key provider of the Inquisition's lyrium supplies, and as such, its security is a top priority. The earthquake opened a fissure in the Storm Coast Mountains, granting direct access from the surface to a threatened region underground. Constructing a mining lift at the fissure site will permit the Inquisition to transport forces directly to where Darkspawn fighting is fiercest. This feels like a forces thing.
It was interesting to see how much has changed in Halamshiral, and so little.
Madame Méprise is a fixture. The sun will grow cold before she retires.
A construction team arrived in the Storm Coast Mountains and set up a mining lift to transport Inquisition forces from the earthquake's fissure opening down into the Deep Roads. A report sent by messenger bird. Inquisitor, the mining lift to the Storm Coast Mountains will be finished by the time you get here. Anyone going into the Deep Roads should dress accordingly. Don't skimp on the armor and bring the best weapons in Skyhold's arsenal. I also recommend packing plenty of dry rations. Most things down there will be looking to eat the Inquisition, not the other way around. Scout Harding. Not now. Okay. Have unlocked several new missions, which is fine, but I'm gonna do Storm Coast first. Okay, let me think about who has stuff here. I think Blackwall had a thing here. I think Varric's red lyrium thing might be available now. And then let's take Solas.
We cannot allow the Red Templars to maintain a foothold here.
We shan't, we shan't. Okay, hopefully this passage has now properly opened. Oh, quite a few things have popped. Quite a few. Okay, let's start here, keeping the Darkspawn down. Blackwall, you're a warden, immune to the taint, so I'm going to expect you to lead the charge. Keep us all safe. Oh, I'm still in my formal wear. Never again. There was a scene in the Fenris romance, where if you...
Been a long time since I was at sea.
If you hit the next button before the cutscene finished, and then let him kiss you, the mouths did not match up.
What we needed.
But that one could be fixed.
Someone nearly die from the blight. It's not something you forget.
Oh,
Only way out was for him to become a Grey Warden, which means he's stuck fighting Darkspawn the rest of his life.
Yeah. But for that one, if you let the previous dialogue item fully complete, then it was less of an issue. And the mouths matched better. Which is just a timing thing. But I don't think that Solas cutscene can be fixed. I need to go back to Skyhold and sell. I don't think there's anything else for it. I have just so much junk in my inventory. Map. That's really sad. I can start putting points in Rift Mage, though, which I'm excited about. Those trumpets sound great. Clear as a bell. This is the upgraded infirmary? Jeez. Look, we could have done better. Hi! Alright. Superb Life Ward Amulet. Oh. The fact that you can't change inventory in the middle of the fight makes that so much less interesting to me. Yeah. Yeah, I also agree. If we're here for a year, surely we can get rid of some of this scaffolding. I think it's sad that we can't. Oh my gosh, all of this looks bad. Oh, I can sell the formal attire. That's funny. I think this is all worse than what I have. I'll hang on to one of these and I'll put it in storage. This is better than some of them. What's Vivian got? Ooh, Vivian. Whoops. Why don't you use that, friend? Didn't realize you were... Oh, wait, my back. Didn't realize you were quite so hurting for good weaponry. My bad. I want to save that Dirthaman's Wisdom Shield also and put that in storage. This is a longsword. Got. Oops, that's Sarah. Where's Blackwall? Pretty close. Blackwall. Alright, sell that. Okay. Hey, Ferris, the representative.
Inquisitor, you have come to the attention of the powerful, and I am the response.
Weird way to say that.
Faris at your service. You will find my wares unique. I sell influence.
I don't know what that means. It looks like you sell armor. Oh. What is all this? This is just influence. You weren't kidding. A rare consensus of guilds and trade partners in some of the influential city-states, the free marches that a magistrate could penetrate its obfuscating mire of language to draw out names. A major increase to Inquisition power and influence. Sure, I got money to burn. We'll go top down. There's 10 of each of these? Never mind. I'll buy one. Level that Inquisition way, way up. I was kind of hoping that Quizquisition guy was going to be back. I'm ready to do another quiz question.
Lies, you know. I didn't
Teacher, you forgot to give us our pop quiz for today. Iron Bull has a quest. Oh, the Quartermaster has something to say. I'll save Iron Bull, but I will go talk to the Quartermaster. What can I do for you, sir?
Oh, my maker. You cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halamshiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halamshiral.
I've sure blackmailed a lot of people.
Problems from Halamshiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Got it. Okay. World map. Storm Coast. Oh. Eric. Blackwall. Ah, man, I just keep thinking about that broken cutscene. That's so sad. I like the idea that she doesn't feel like dancing, but I can't live with the idea that that's what it looks like. Even though the dancing itself is cute.
This might interest you, sir.
A sad waltz.
Everyone all right?
Gosh, you sounded a little unsure of yourself there, Blackwall. Why ever so? Ah, this looks great. It really does. Oh, these spiders again. Ooh, you got a little guard on you. Are you actually, out of curiosity? Oh, 11. The Storm Coast. It's a beautiful area. It has a very unique design. It's definitely one of the ones that I remember the best. With its little basalt pillars. I think so far my favorite this playthrough is the Emerald Graves. But Storm Coast is beautiful. Just lovely. And memorable. Probably the easiest way is just to run along the coast. The sounds are great. I do marvel. Their water sounds everywhere are so good. That passage in the hinterlands where you're in a tunnel under a waterfall, it sounds absolutely perfect. Oh, level ups. Oh, Moose. The number of times I have caught my own ability to level up in this game are in the single digits. I wish I could tell you how many times someone has had to mention to me that I have level ups available. It's so sad. Assume I have not noticed. There's just something about that tiny arrow that my brain filters out automatically. I'm still thinking about that little scene at the end of Halamshiral, I mean at the end of the Winter Palace, because this character is so self-assured, and I think that she, you know, one of the things that Solas mentions in the romance lock-in scene is that he feels like the character, or that the Lavellan has wisdom, greater wisdom than he ever expected. And I think part of her fear coming out of that immediate result at Orlais is that she has made unwise decisions. And the explicit comfort of Solas, like, coming in to say, hey, I don't hate you.
The one with the extra
it's okay.
armor must lead the pack.
is a nice comfort for this character specifically. I wish I could have more than 8 accessible powers.
That's the end of that.
See why I can't have 2 rows. Oh, hello, another spider. Alright. 2 down. I guess I'll claim this logging stand. I don't think I need too many more of them.
Alright, worst thing you've ever eaten.
Silk, no!
I had this imported ham from Anderfell's once. It tasted like despair. Literally.
But you probably got to wash it down with an expensive wine. Mine was 2-year-old hardtack. You can't scrape off the blue anymore. You just try not to look.
Oh, Silk, I'm so sorry. Is it a bad leak? Or is it at least a small leak? Yeah, turn off the water and hope for the best. Y'all have not been freezing up there, so I'm sure it's not like a pipe bursting. But God, water is the worst thing to have issues with. I'm so sorry. Playing without the ice stash? What's the ice stash? I don't even know what that is. Silk, is it something at least that you can put like a bucket under? It's in your kitchen cabinet, so sometime it's pipe in the wall. That's so inconvenient. There's just nothing for it but someone getting in there with a camera and cutting out part of the drywall. That sucks. I'm so sorry. Oh, one of the ice magic powers gives you a long dash, huh? Not even a challenge. I think turning off the water is a super smart idea. I can't remember. Is there anybody living above you? I just mentioned because there was one. Well, no, if it's actively leaking, that wouldn't be it. I did have one episode of a very bad overflow into my kitchen that left a huge water stain on the ceiling, but I knew that was a one-time event because the bathtub is directly above the kitchen, and I had super overfilled it and then fell getting in it and sent a me-sized splash of water, wave of water, really, all over the.
We'll need to look around.
All over the floor. I ended up getting through the grout, but that was a one time. Oh, come on. Grey Warden Treaties! I did it for you, Blackwall.
I think the Inquisition could benefit from this.
Thank you for your great approval. Gosh, what a headache. The ceiling isn't wet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah. You got things up there that need water. And we live in an entropic universe.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
I hope it's an easy fix, and the worst you have to do is a small section of pipe replacement and a little paint. I really was hoping I was going to be able to get up here, but I don't know if I can. Ooh. Well, that was effective. I never use a mount. I don't know if I have a good reason to not use the mount. I don't think they're significantly faster than walking, and I could not find a good mod to make them faster, which disappointed me. I also find the mount's jumps to be a little finicky. They take fall damage and they complain about it, and they don't climb inclines very well. Oh, it's level 19 behemoth. That actually is quite close to my own level. I find them harder to navigate over rocky areas. Blackwall sounds so concerned. And I know it's out of duplicity, but I like that he sounds concerned. So yeah, I find them not worth the trouble. I know, all I do is drop a horse down a 15-foot cliff and it complains. You know, I ask it to go up a 90-degree incline and it says no. I played Skyrim, I know what these horses can do. At this point, it's a choice. I'll clamber on my own, thanks. Get there. Flipping, sliding. Ugh. The bog unicorn should be able to use its horn to help it climb. It has like a built-in rock hammer. Or the commander's badge.
Good find.
You're welcome. I would like your great approval, please.
Isn't that just precious?
Oh, hello. Who are we talking to? Apparently some people that died while I was... Oh, there's great approval. Great. Broken ankles are a choice. Oh, you just tried this whip. How did it go with the bog unicorn? Did you make it? The bog unicorn being stuck on the cliff is like a woodpecker. Just hang tight, buddy. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You couldn't make it, I tell you. I like having a stable of 1,000 horses, but I don't feel the need to ride any of them. It's like a lot of my... Well, I've read most of my books, but it's how some people collect books. They don't necessarily read all of them, they just want to have them, in case they do want to read them someday. And for fic purposes. I also don't think these maps were designed with the mounts in mind. There are a whole bunch of narrow pathways and small platforming sequences that the mounts would really struggle with. So yeah, I just don't find them worth the trouble. If they were a lot faster, then I would probably do them more, but they're not. And the shift being a lie on the mount is bittersweet to me. Am I in the right place? Yes. Alright, you guys fight this out. I'm gonna find my little energize. Dad. They felt obligated to add the mounts rather than something they wanted. I think you're correct. Oh, directly to my left. Thank you. I'll back up. Oh, now I'm getting popped around. There's the rune. I should have expected that it was around where the dark spawn was. Left of the entrance as I face inwards. Oh, did I walk past it? Let's get these guys. You're so scary and tall. Thank goodness Blackwall's here to keep us safe. Ah, this one this morning. Excellent. I got 7 gold off that dark spawn. This looks like it should... Well, there it is. I see it. Oh, I just about took Solas with it. That's funny. Deep Roads entrance. Yeah, I can go ahead and do this. Right here. You get the urge to play a game, but not this one. Totally fair. Totally fair. There have been moments of pretty extreme frustration that I've had with this game. I cannot leave during combat. Why not? What stops me from walking? Who am I in combat with? I think I should be able to leave in combat if I want. Come now. I'm webbed! Oh, this is the Descent DLC? Did I buy it? I don't remember. Did I remember? Do I own it? Hang on.
You remind me of someone I used to know.
Somebody
he was fascinated with the Fade and spirits too.
A mage?
No, just a man who liked eating these strange purple cactus berries. I don't think he was ever actually in the Fade.
I see. Oh, I bought the Game of the Year edition. So I guess that just gives me everything. I don't remember buying the Game of the Year edition, but I guess I did. Oh. Well, then forget that. You can just hang tight and be in trouble. I never played the Descent. I have no idea what's in there. Didn't I kill you? Blackwall slightly approves. I bet it would be just Blackwall approves, but he's afraid of contracting the taint. I think I did buy Jaws of Hacken when it came out, but I never actually played it. I only played it, Trespasser. Alright, that's enough quarries and such. I don't think I need any more of those. Alright, let's see if this is finally actually open. I hope it is.
Inquisitor, if you have a moment.
I surely do not. Whee! Come on down, guys. The slope's fine. Hello.
Milady?
It's open! Rah, rah, rah. Okay. Great. Feeling good about that. Still wet in here. Drippy. Oh no, my Silk's bathroom. Oh. Or kitchen cabinet, I guess. Oh. Darwin's mouth.
The Red Templars have dug in here.
They sure have.
I'm ready. Let's root them out.
Oh, Blackwall. These are definitely higher level. Not as high level as that dragon that took me half an hour to kill. But higher level. I don't know, does this game have a level cap? I don't even know. Or can you just keep leveling forever and unlocking more powers? Varric, it's the last one! 12 of 12. Varric greatly approves. Right? Varric greatly approves. Darwin's Mouth. Built into the cliffs of the Storm Coast, the port at Darwin's Mouth once connected the dwarven tides to the waking sea. In addition to increasing trade between the dwarves and their allies in the Tevinter Imperium, direct access to the Deep Roads meant diplomats from Orzavar could visit the port without the fear of losing their stone sense. The site thus became a popular meeting place for ambassadors of the two nations. When Darkspawn incursions forced the dwarves to retreat into Orzammar, the deep roads leading to Darwin's Mouth were sealed, and the port fell into disuse. At least all reputable use of the port ceased. Bandits, smugglers, and pirates are known to use the various caves along the Storm Coast, including Darwin's Mouth itself, for their own gains. And I still can't get there! Eh? Eh? Nope. Is there an alternate route? Is there an operation to repair this, I didn't see anything about the operations unlocking. There is an alternate route. How silly. Oh, geez, this is this is pretty infected. A sopping wet dog of a man.
Okay.
Oh, you're awfully big. I thought you were just another growth, but you're a man. Ow. Knock me down! Thank you for that immediate barrier, Solas. I do appreciate that.
Done and done!
He can be both? He can be.
I have to wonder about the Templars who serve the Inquisition.
Me too.
Must be difficult to see their fellows turned.
You ain't wrong. Friend against friend, brother against brother.
This area must be rife with smugglers.
Chevalier against Harlequin. Have a good night, Savati. I'm not gonna stick around too much longer myself, I don't think. Gotta hunt down this red lyrium and then probably call it... Oh, is it bashable? Thank you for the gold rewards, I do appreciate that. God, he exploded. Poof. I do remember getting so badly lost in here. All these memories are coming back to me, and they're mostly of me getting lost. It's water, that's nothing. This is not an effective map. Video game. Hello. These guys with big swords for hands do unsettle me a little bit. I again feel like losing opposable thumbs is not worth it.
I believe we've broken the Templars' hold here.
Oh, great.
Who knows what they might have accomplished had they remained.
Well, good for us. We did it! Seeing red. Oh, restore the port on the Storm Coast. That Black Lotus. It's just so pretty. Beautifully designed. The light looks great. It looks wonderful. Nope. Seeing red. Quest completed again. Ooh, how do I get out of here? Go here. That's how. This orange is very orange. Not my favorite. Oh, missed it. Oh, that's back on the... Eh? Tell me this isn't a little platform.
We're near another artifact.
Oh, do we? Well... How do I get there? I'd love to help Solas, I really would, but I need to... Okay, that can't be it. No way do I make that jump. Hello, you. How dare you? See you, Stealth Flower. Have a great dinner. Made it through Halamshiral. It was a trial. A trial and a tribulation. I'm glad it's over. I'm so glad it's over. Ah, I'm still not in the right place. Red Templar key? Eh? Oh, I don't know how to play this character. Give me back to a mage. Red Templar horror. I hope you have a key on you.
This area must be rife with smugglers.
You don't. Oh, we're in here. I somehow completely missed. Dwarven banner crown. Excuse me. Look at all this loot. A father's letter. This letter never reached its intended recipient. My dearest Fenella, how are you? How is your Aunt Caitlin? My dear girl will never give trouble, I hope. How are your studies? Perhaps you could read some of this letter to her to show her how much you're learning. I'm sorry to have been away so long. I have a duty. Remember when Mother was very sick and she asked you to fetch her water and you did it because you loved her? It's like that. Sometimes we have to do difficult things because they help other people that we love. The country is ill and I have to try to work to make her better. Don't worry, I'm not alone here, and now we have special medicine that will make us stronger so we can fight better. It won't be long till all the mages are gone and we're safe again. I'll be home soon. All my love and prayers, Father. Surface dwarves. I think I've read most of this, but in Orzammar, dwarven society is divided into rigid castes with houses that compete for power and prestige, but all that is discarded when a dwarf abandons the stone for the surface. Under the open sky, everyone is equal, or so the story goes. The truth is that thousands of years of history are not tossed so easily aside. Even though surface dwarves are officially stripped of their caste, many maintain a hierarchy among themselves among the old caste lines. Formerly noble houses are accorded more respect than caseless brands who come up in search of opportunity. The poorest noble dwarf on the surface looks upon the rich, lower caste dwarfs with contempt. Upper class surface dwarf society is roughly divided into two camps: Kalnos, who insist on maintaining caste and rank, typically those from the noble or merchant caste families, and descendants who believe in leaving Orzammar's traditions underground and embracing life in the sunlit worlds. I found the key in a locked door not too far from where the rowboat is. It was on a... Okay, great. Bringing surface goods to their kin underground and lyrium and metals to the surface was not only the most lucrative means of making a living, but also a sort of sacred duty, as many surface dwarves willingly accepted exile and the loss of their caste to better serve their house or patron. In recent years, many surface dwarves, particularly ascendants, have branched out. They started banks, mercenary companies, and overland trade caravans. They became investors and speculators in purely surface trade. These new industries have proven tremendous sources of wealth, but are looked down upon by their more conservative kin. For less affluent surface dwarves, association with a powerful Khalna can open many doors. They can get credit with dwarven merchants and are offered work opportunities by the powerful dwarven merchants guild more readily, sometimes than more qualified but less connected individuals. Okay. Oh, there's an artifact. It's still behind the red Templar key. I don't know why I thought it was going to not be. Use Sarah's leaping shot. Make it across. That's funny. Oh, does Varric have leaping shot? He's with me. What does leaping shot look like? He does. How does this work? Oh, it's a backflip. Oh, it's quite a big backflip. Alright, Varric. You're about to backflip over a bridge here, buddy. Hope you don't mind. How do I get there? Well, okay. Let me see if the key is on this body it's supposed to be on first. Oops.
Dispatch for you.
Looted by a corpse. Looted from a corpse by the two boats near the entrance. Okay. Whee! Right, no boats over here. So I'm going to keep going.
Inquisitor.
Citizen. There it is. Varric, you're saved. But next time you backflip, buddy. Now, how did I get there? I think it was through here. Kind of surprised I missed that, but... glad I found it. That's awfully far away to have a key. Blackwall? If you don't mind. Thank you.
The wards are working.
All right. That is that. Once again, Storm Coast safe for everyone. Let me go do shards. I think that's what I want to do next. Oh, this means I have to figure out how to get up there again. Ugh. The entrance is up here for some reason, so I think I'll go... here, and then southeast. And then a sharp left.
This might interest you, sir.
I doubt it very much. Oh, it's so sandy here. It's pretty bonkers that there's not a campsite up on that ledge next to the only reason you would ever come back to Forbidden Oasis. It's also not what I thought this was. An eerie heat. Oh, I'm too high, I think. I think I'm just above it. Oh, that's confusing. I fought these spiders for nothing.
Down you go.
Okay. I think I need to find that Suladan's Solasan, whatever. I think I'm still in the wrong place. I guess we'll find out. I could not care less about the Venatori. Is this the entrance? Ooh. Oh, why is this so difficult to get into? Why would you do this? Where is this other cave? I get to you. Why are you so difficult to reach? fell all the way down. I need to clip up there. I need someone to clip up onto that ledge. Anyone clip up there yet? Nope. You sure you don't want to? Here we go.
This sun just goes everywhere, doesn't it?
It sure does, Blackwall. It sure does. All right. Open. Great. Hello. Power +2. Then everybody can tell I opened a door. Oh, poor Varric. Burning to death. But still quipping on his way out. Oh god, he exploded. So much gold just hanging around here. All right. Pure fire air essence. A master fire rune. Ding 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 ding. Yay. Alright, so the only one left is you. I don't know how many shards I have, but it will not be enough to get through all of this. Bing, bing. That sounds very pleasing. Sort by 4. Okie dokie. What else have I got? I need to open the western approach. I need to go to the Hissing Wastes. Oh, I do have to go back to the hinterlands. Thanks a lot, Solas. Alright, they both have quests in the Western Approach. Hurst's also in the Western Approach. Speak to Cullen. I think I'm going to go to the Approach. Which means I need to go to the war table and open it up. So I guess I'll wrap up with some war table missions for tonight and show up at the Western Approach. At some point I do need to make a round and talk to everyone. Now that we've completed a main quest, I expect there to be more dialogue options open. I'm a little too tired to do it tonight.
I told them the offer was the best we could do.
And of course they said no.
They want to choke us. They think we're too remote to take them back. Shame they're wrong.
Alright, let's start in Ferelden. Store the port on the Storm Coast. Your worship, the Red Templar's holdings on the Storm Coast were once a working port. If you would turn it to your use, we may be able to assist. Ivor of the Blades.
I should inspect the condition of the trebuchets. They must be calibrated to reach the proper range.
Again? How many times will you be doing that?
A note pinned below in a different hand. Also, you're never going to make Cullen Garrus. Don't try. We can hardly expect a bustling trade center, but since we've established a presence in both Ferelden and Orlais, direct access to the Waking Sea could prove useful. Of course, the Blades of Hessarian will refuse to help unless word comes from the Herald of Andraste. Sure. Cullen, knock yourself out.
Inquisitor.
Work on the port is underway. You trust you will be pleased with the results. Right. Lord Enzo of Antiva. The Venatori are smuggling red lyrium into Antiva, but thus far they have evaded our grasp. We believe Lord Enzo of Rialto is assisting them. The only thing I can associate with Enzo is the reboot. Enzo is clever, well liked. He's missing an eye, dating an AI, has relations among Antivan royalty. If we approach him without proof, he'll bury his tracks and turn his allies against us. We must handle this carefully. Josie, this seems like a thing for you. Sister Liliana, our agents entered Lord Enzo's home, where they discovered several pieces of correspondence connecting Enzo to the Venatori. Worse, it seems Enzo did more than buy into their philosophy. He's been arranging to send volunteers to red lyrium mines. As they took these people from Rialto's poorer, more unfortunate residents, few noticed the disappearances. Our agents were prepared to confront Enzo with the evidence, but he failed to return. We have since learned that he hired a ship to Hercynia in the Free Marches. It seems unlikely that Enzo knew of our presence, but something spooked him. Liliana has written a note below. However, our agents tracked Lord Enzo to the Free Marches. His work for the Venatori must not continue. Let us pray the trail does not run cold. Duke Antoine of Wycombe. Nightingale, I have new information regarding Duke Antoine of Wycombe's move against the Inquisitor's Dalish clan. It appears that Wycombe has been experiencing some sort of a plague that only affects humans. The Duke has kept news of the disease quiet, as his fellow nobles grow louder in their anger, blaming the elves and the alienage for what has been called the knife-eared plague. Oh boy. Antoine evidently chose to use Clan Lavellan as a scapegoat. His surreptitious move against the Dalish was an attempt to convince his nobles that he was taking action. Suspicions in the city remain high. I can gather information, but any action on my part will be high risk. Jester. Alright, Silk sent me a beautiful guide. I'm going to immediately follow. Alright, investigate Duke Antoine of Wycombe. Liliana kills them all! Josie. Wycombe believes himself an ally of the Inquisition. My ambassadors can go where Liliana's agents cannot.
Let us begin.
Ambassador Montilier, Duke Antoine has been a most charming and gracious host, and has made himself a friend indeed to the Inquisition. His city is a wonder, and he was quite keen to display some of the improvements that he's made recently. Of particular note are the wells, which use a red crystal to purify the water from which all humans in the city drink. Duke Antoine has not yet made the improvements to the wells from which the elves and the alienage drink. The Duke assures me that concerns about some sort of disease affecting his city are wholly overblown, and has quite convinced me that his plans to rid the city of the rats causing the problem should be underway quite soon. I continue to enjoy my visit to Wycombe, and I confess that I hope I do not hear the noisy clatter of the Inquisition's armored troops ruining my quiet afternoons. The elves of Clan Lavellan, by contrast, are quiet, like their poor cousins here in Wycombe's alienage, and it might be a welcome change to my daily regime to see them in the future. Yours in haste, Lady Guinevere Vallant. Alright, italicized. Red crystal, not troops, change regime. Got it. An offer from the Crows. A letter delivered to Skyhold. Its sender claims to be a member of the Antivan Crows, an infamous guild of assassins. We encountered your agents in Hercynia. It seems the Inquisition and the Crows share a target. Our employer bears no love for Lord Enzo due to, well, let's just say it's a personal matter. Of course, I imagine your motivations have more to do with the man's to Vinter friends. You know the Venatori, we know Enzo. Why compete for the man? Lend us your knowledge and the job will be done far more quickly. You eliminate an enemy, our employer removes a political rival, and we get paid. A happy ending for all involved. Liliana, you and Zevran can make
Let's see what we have.
With our knowledge of the Venatori and the Crow's intelligence on Enzo, I tracked down a storehouse just outside the city. I hope he didn't want us to leave any of the Venatori alive. Sadly, Lord Enzo is not present, but he may count his life in days. To show we respect our current arrangement, an interesting treatment from our raid on the Venatori. Okay. What's in Orlais? A trouble of red jennies. I will never understand how they function with the same name. A memo from Meliana, written on a letter from Sarah. Sometimes we trade off baddies, some knob learns your tricks. Message another red jenny, now you're twice as hard to catch. Looks like magic, except no demons, and no magic, I suppose. Anyway, the caravan we took over, there's 2 leads on that from 2 other jennies. Good ones, too. Sarah. Simple sketches of the other red jennies and their locations are scribbled below. Their mustaches seem improbable. Navarra, Johi, Tantervale, Charade! Let's do Charade! But from Tantervale, they may be open to an alliance for trouble in Kirkwall. I love that Charade becomes a member of the red jennies. I didn't remember that.
Inquisitor.
I believe we're now in the favor of a red jenny in the city of Tantervale, as near as it is possible to tell. Tantervale. I did not remember that she went to Tantervale. There's so many of these. Okay. Alright, I'll do just a couple more, and then I'll call it. I'll go to the Pissing Way, or Western Approach. My dear Ambassador, Marquise Brial and I wish to convey our fondest wishes to the Inquisitor and all the Inquisition. Although I hope to pay a state visit to Skyhold in the near future, I fear the work of restoring what Gaspard has damaged requires too much of my time at present. My dear Marquise has, however, found a suitable means of showing our appreciation. Her friends found evidence of a Venatori plot against a Navarran nobleman, Count Octavian. She believes they intend to ambush him on the road as he rides to Navarra City to meet with King Marcus. Relations between Navarra and Orlais have never been friendly, and my interference would be taken badly. You, on the other hand, could warn the Count to deprive the Venatori of their victim and win support for the Inquisition in Navarra at a single stroke. Warmest regards, Celine. Do it, Lily. Josephine. Ambassador Montilier, I almost disregarded your warning and to thank the Maker I did not. Just as you said, Tevinter brigands ambushed me on the road to the capital. I lost 2 good men in the battle, but would have lost more had we not been on our guard. I am humbled to admit I am in your debt. Should you need a favor in Cumberland, you have one. Sincerely, Count Octavian. A situation is unfolding in the Navarran city of Cumberland, location of the College of Magi, which, until the outbreak of the Mage Rebellion, was the philosophical heart of the circles of Magi. Now mostly abandoned, it has become the home to a number of mage refugees. This has drawn the ire of local citizens, and mobs are threatening to assault the college and burn it to the ground, with Duke Sandral Anaxis doing nothing to stop them. Inquisition agents suspect that Venatori agents are behind the mobs, looking to recover artifacts from the college once its magical defenses are breached. Oops. I didn't mean to click that, but I guess it went alright. The presence of Inquisition forces in the College of Magi provoked an angry response from Duke Sandral. I'm told this led to a standoff where the Duke's forces threatened to attack, and it was our agent at the college who talked the man down. Corbin displayed a level head and sound judgment, both things I would normally never ascribe to a dwarven warrior. The mobs have backed off, and Corbin sent to us the artifacts he believed the Minotaur may have been after. Well, I'm glad that ended well. That was an accidental click. Alright, where is the western approach? Investigate the western approach. Cost 8. Again, something I probably should have done many levels ago. Commander Cullen's scouts are reporting a number of travelers entering the western approach. Surprising, since the place is a blighted desert with no trade routes. More surprising, no one is leaving. It bears investigating Night Capture Island. Commander, we've established a foothold in the western approach per orders. Already one skirmish with the Venatori, but no casualties. Requesting reinforcements. The term blighted desert doesn't do this place justice, Lieutenant Harding. Alright. Who's coming to the western approach? There's a bunch of quests, but Solas can come. We haven't brought Bull anywhere in a while. And Dorian can come. I don't think I've had Dorian and Bull in a party yet this game. Do 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 do.
Inquisitor, welcome to the Western Approach.
Thank you.
You're a long way from the Winter Palace now.
That's great.
Between the
That's a
sandstorms
great thing to hear.
and the vicious wildlife, we haven't made it far out here. One of my men got too close to a poison hot spring and gave me a slightly delirious report of a high dragon flying overhead.
Got it.
In short, this might just be the worst place in the entire world. Be careful out there.
Thanks for the warning.
Well, it's good to know what I'm in for.
Sorry I don't have more for you. We intercepted a Venatori messenger and, persuaded him to give up the orders he was carrying. We have them here. This entire place. It just feels like something's not right. Be careful.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, it's a big map, huh? Well, this doesn't look too big. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Alright, so we'll tackle the western approach with these guys. We'll be starting with these guys. Tomorrow's gonna be a long day. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stream tomorrow. I might be able to stream early Friday. Hey, Jade! I was thinking about you. As soon as I unlocked this, I was like, this seems like something that she would love. This seems like exactly her taste. So I'm gonna stop here for the night. I hopefully will be able to pick back up Friday. We're supposed to get some very bad weather, and if school closes, then I'll have nothing to do all day except play video games and talk about characters that don't exist. But if for some reason not, then I will go into the weekend for sure. So,
my interest, you sir.
Thanks for tuning in. Silk, I'm sorry about your leak. I hope it fixes itself and you don't ever have to think about it again. And for everyone who tuned in, have a great night. Thanks for watching.